is King Kong versus Godzilla. I know this movie's called Godzilla versus King Kong, but King Kong's my favorite, so he's gonna be number one. So I'm gonna call this film King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, this film, I gotta say this. I'm not a big fan of monster movies. I've never been a big fan of monster movies. I like Jurassic Park and King Kong made by Peter Jackson. I like the first Godzilla movie. I really enjoyed Kong Skull Island. Did not care for Godzilla King of Monsters. This film, Godzilla vs. King Kong, I had low expectations. I didn't see a lot of the trailers. And for the most part, the storyline makes sense. We all know the human side story. There is a human story in monster movies. They have to build up the tension for the monster fight. Do they build it up? Is the story well put? Yes. You see, Godzilla's starting to attack cities and all that stuff. So Godzilla's no longer good. So they need to find a weapon to kill Kong. A major corporation wants to go to Hollow Earth, and that's right there. They could find a source of it's basically, you know how Godzilla's breath, breathing fire stuff. That's basically the same thing. They could get it from Hollow Earth. It's like the same type of energy source. And over in Hollow Earth is a whole bunch of civilization, an ancient civilization. That's where Kong's ancestors were. It also tries to do for the mythology of how afterward, or how Skull Island was a part of After Earth, and that's why Kong is up there on the surface. We get more details of what happened to the natives of the island. Apparently they were wiped out by a tsunami, except for this one girl who has this connection with Kong, who teaches him sign language, and now Kong's more adapting. So they actually have a more character growth for Kong's character, which I really did enjoy. I really felt the connection between him and the little girl. I think it was very well done, how they showed the story. And how they try to convince Kong, because he has to leave the island of Skull Island, because it's basically not it's not the structured, or it's not stable enough. So they have to move Kong. At the same time, they're gonna use Kong to go get the energy source to kill Godzilla, because Godzilla's going rampage. And the other side story, you got Millie Brown's character, the human side. She reprises her role from the first movie she was in with Godzilla, and then she goes on this thing because she doesn't understand why Godzilla's attacking other people. So she goes with this one dude who is basically he's not a nut job, but she goes with her friend, and she goes with this guy who's gonna reveal everything about the evil corporation is doing. And then she goes along the ride, and she finds out this evil corporation is building Mega Godzilla, and Mega Godzilla is fighting. Mechagodzilla needs to power up of the freaking and Mechagodzilla needs to power up of the basically from Hollow Earth. So this corporation who is funding King Kong to go back to Hollow Earth, they're gonna get the energy source. They're gonna give it to Mechagodzilla, and then Mechagodzilla will fight against Mechagodzilla will take over King Kong and Godzilla and be the ultimate alpha. It's a silly plot line, but for the most part, this silly plot line actually does make sense. There wasn't some over-the-top stupidity like it was in King Kong Gods of Monsters. It wasn't like some over-typical villain and all that stuff. This was just a standard. To me, I don't really even find the humans villains in this stuff. Godzilla starts attacking the city because he senses a bigger threat, and a bigger threat is basically humans just trying to make machines to wipe out Godzilla. So I wouldn't necessarily call them the bad guys. Again, it's like Godzilla, King Kong, and Godzilla is going to destroy a whole bunch of shit. I get that he's king of the titans and he's a good titan and all this stuff, but to me, how much human disaster, it's just realistically expected that the humans are going to be now the evil bad guys to the protagonists of these stories. But what can I say? The action is good for King Kong and Godzilla. I really did enjoy it. They really do the whole team up, Godzilla, King Kong versus Mechagodzilla. They do that shtick, and I really did enjoy it. Even though this movie was kind of predictable, I didn't feel like I was being insulted with my intelligence. I didn't feel like this was going for the stereotypical shit. But it was overall interesting. It was overall a bit of fun, and I did enjoy this film. I think Rebecca Hall did a great job. Alexander Skarsgård, I think he did a great job. Millie Bobby Brown, always great. Pretty well acted, not over the top, not overall too corny. Some good aspectual effects. I'll take it. So, King Kong vs. Godzilla, be a film. What y'all think? Did you think this was a terrible film? Did you think it was a great film? Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Name's Jalise, and for everybody. Bye-bye.